I have been so obsessed with the Olympics. Like, I am so dialed into the Olympics. I'm obsessed. I cry at every fucking commercial. I cry at every medal ceremony. I've been watching the obscure sports like trampoline and what do they call it? I think it's called sculling, where you're like in this tiny little canoe and you're skeeting down around these like pins that are in the water. I mean, I'm into all of it. I'm checking the health records of the people who did the triathlon and had to swim in the river that had the doo-doo in it. Like, I am so dialed in. And I just think about these Olympic athletes. They train, right? And I guess in comedy, I train, I do shows, I tour, I write, I do all that. But I'm not keeping the physical body as sharp as it needs to be. I've been relying too much on the mind, and I got to get the lungs and the cardio back up. So while it is hotter than fucking hell out, this is not the time to start training. We're locked in. We're in it. I was doing kettlebell swings yesterday like I was going to the fucking games. Couple sports I think I would thrive at. Rugby. Now, I don't want to take anything away from Miss Marr because she is clearly the queen of rugby, and I'd love to get her on this podcast if I could. But I'll tell you what, I think I crush rugby. I don't have the cardio for it right now. I mean, I would have to train. I would have to really start doing some wind sprints down the neighborhood, at least down the driveway, But I have the girthiness. I have let me show you my traps. Can y'all see if you're looking at YouTube? Like, I'm yoked out. You know what I mean? I'm yoked out. I have the build for rugby. Don't have the stamina right now. I mean, I would love if somebody called me tomorrow and said, Heather, just come do a rec league. Maybe that's what I need to start doing, getting out all of my frustration just by physically harming other people in a one-on-one combat kind of way. And I did stage combat in college with my theater degree. And using a fake sword does not hit the same way an actual body girl-on-girl hit feels, I'm sure. So anyways, I think I would crush that. I do think I would crush the weightlifting. Anytime my family needs me to move furniture, I do it. I have a freakishly just intense strength that people don't know. I mean, if I need to do something, I'm like that mom whose kid's sitting underneath the car. I can lift up the end of a Volvo and just move that motherfucker. What else could I be pretty good at? Badminton looked like a challenge because you got to be light and quick on your feet. But I do think that would be fun. I do think I could crush some badminton. Jeff was watching it, and we were playing this game. We're like, all right, in your current level of athleticism, like right now, okay, you're sitting down listening to this while you're having lunch. In your current athleticism right now, in this very moment, what could you absolutely just like jump in and do? I was like, well, obviously I could do any of the shooting ones. Right? Did you see that guy from Turkey? He rolled in, won a silver medal, and he didn't have specialty eyewear on. He didn't have any sort of like strap to help him hold the gun. He wore a pair of Warby Parker glasses, had one hand in his pocket, and just stood up and bam, bullseye. We all know that dude is a sniper for the special forces in Turkey. Like, so obvious. So insanely obvious. Meanwhile, all the other athletes have this like special, modulated glasses that can help them see the target better and all this shit. This guy stood up, closed one eye, and bam, bullseye. And he got the silver, and I saw this circulating online. People were like, he had to get the silver. He could have easily gotten the gold, but then it'd be too obvious. You know what I mean? It would be way too obvious that this guy was straight up special forces. I mean, Jeff said he could do handball, and I was watching the men's handball, and a lot of them looked mid-40s. Decent shape, probably took Zumba on the weekends, but nobody really ripped. But if the U.S. government called me tomorrow and said, Heather, we need you to perform in the games. You got 4 years to train. What are you doing? I'm probably going women's rugby, weightlifting, or the discus throw or the shot put. Anything where I can use my upper body strength to launch something into the air, I'd be fucking down to do. So I'm just throwing this out there. You know what I mean? Nike, if you want to sponsor me, I'm down. Just do it. Just show up. Just do it. That's what I'm doing with my training right now. I got shit on the horizon. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, I'm doing some things in September that I got to be ready for. I had my fun in June. I tinkered around in July. Wrap it the fuck up. It's go time, baby. Will I absolutely probably get injured with all the equipment that I have just on a whim bought for my health and wellness? You bet your ass. Give it 3 days and I'll be back in the hospital because I've pulled a fucking inner quad muscle on this indoor ski machine that I've ordered like an asshole. But whatever, I'm going for it.